Howdy, howdy, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome to the channel. We're doing live. I hope. I always say that because I have no idea what I'm even doing. Clicking all the buttons, that's for sure. Here's my channel. View my channel on YouTube. There he is. He is live. Ground. Oh, we spelled it wrong. Typing is hard sometimes. Let's see. How do we fix that? Shh. I'm talking. Let's see. Options. Edit title and description. We're ground, not two N's. Ground and center. But we're gonna make that a an activity. So ground and centering in the office. Hacha. Gorgeous. Yep, we're gonna monetize that. Just because that's what we do here on the channel. Did it save? It did not save. Why didn't it update it? Do I even know what I'm doing? Maybe I don't know how to spell ground. Maybe that's the problem. Okay. Perfect. So what do we want to talk about today? What we want to talk about today is first and foremost, ground and centering is an activity that you can do that is a form of meditation. First thing, it's a breathing exercise, but it's more than that, and it's more about becoming one with your surroundings, right? So ground and centering, what does that mean? Basically, you ground yourself to whatever environment that you're in. Now, typically, when you do this in a spiritual sense, you would be grounding yourself to, say, the earth, and which we can do that. But as you can see by the title, we are ground and centering in the office, which basically just means we're organizing the office and we're becoming more at peace in our office space. Because sometimes, as you're building out, and we just moved into this space, so stuff's everywhere, right? So just kind of organizing and getting familiar with where things are and where we want them to be. So if you ever have that kind of thing happening in your life, here's a quick exercise that we're going to do together. Ground and centering. First thing you want to do, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And just feel the breath as it's going in and out, right? Because we want to quiet what's going on up here. And we want to kind of just clear ourselves of those thoughts. And you might notice that you'll start to process things a little bit more slowly and a little bit more deeply. And what you'll get here is in the lungs area, you'll start to feel this wonderful thing, which is oxygenation. You start to feel calmer. And you can do this if you're feeling a little bit, anxious and things like that. And you just want to deeply draw it in and push it out until you are in a calmer state, and that will get you grounded, right? That gets you right to where you need to be. Now, once you've lowered your heart rate and you've brought in that anxiety a little bit, now we're going to talk about centering, right? Now, centering is something that's like, let's say you have a task that you want to complete. And so now that you've cleared your mind and you've quieted your body, now you can focus on that thing, whatever that thing happens to be. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Clean and organize your office. In, out. Clean and organize your office. in and out. Sometimes the things that we need to do in life aren't the most fun, but keep in mind that, let's say in terms of the office, once we get everything organized, then we have stuff at arm's reach. Now we know where things are, so we're not wasting time, and now we're not getting anxious again because we don't know where things are. So all of that culminates together into bringing you into a more peaceful space. So that's ground and centering. Now, it also helps if you hear that music in the background. That is Zen Buster Music from Roberto Blake. He is his side channel. So it's just a nice little royalty-free, no copyright music, and you just have it. I just have it playing in the background, just so I can kind of just breathe through the anxiety of organizing my office. Like unpacking really, and just getting where I need to be, because I have a couple of projects that I want to work on, magic related, but otherwise we're building out the studio space. I mean, we've got lightings up here, we've got a microphone here, and we just want to make sure every once in a while that we check back in with what is happening, make sure that we're still streaming, make sure that our sound is working, because we uploaded a video recently where there was no sound, because every once in a while, even if you think something is working, you want to get into the habit and the routine of checking those boxes. For instance, how's my sound, right? Because sometimes it stops working because you changed the setting, or you used something else last time and you forgot to switch back to the other thing. Either way, my mic wasn't working for that last card review video I did, so then I had to push out another video that just wasn't as, it was still good in my mind, but it wasn't the original, and it just kind of comes across as like, well, but it's there. Now, we do have all these buttons here, so I like to use them from time to time. So, maybe not right now, though. So, yeah. What do we got going on in the office, though, just in terms of everything that's around here? Now, we have this camera over here that only works when it wants to. And this is my newer camera. So I kind of want to get rid of this for the moment. And sometimes I don't want... Right now I'm listening to the Zen Buster music on my phone as it's charging. Hopefully. So this is my camera that I have here in my tripod. Now, this camera is just a 4K Vivitar Pro Type-C charger. The other camera I have, as you can kind of see, I mean, there's a degree of difference based on the relativeness of it, but they're the same camera, really. So this one has stereo up top, and this one has an attachment for microphone and lighting because it's a studio camera. I just did recently, you can just see there's just some things that are just slightly different for the Vivitar, but everything else is practically the same thing. Now, this is a 4K camera, and I don't know if it's because I've dropped it too many times, but it stops working sometimes. What do we got here? The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use a stream bitrate of 1000. Open widget. Let's see. Let's turn our sound up real quick here. We recommend that you... Seems to be working pretty good for me right now, so we're going to leave it wherever it's at. Actually, it's at 909 or what 9,923.52 kilobytes, and it recommends 1,000. So we're at almost 10,000. We're almost at like a gigabyte. But I guess it's working. Anyway, so in terms of the camera, I don't know if this is just says high def. I don't know if it's 4K. This one's also Wi-Fi enabled. So My hope is we're going to switch back to this one real quick. I got to find the cord for it. And we're going to get this one attached back into our OBS. Because we do need to have a review camera. We do need to have a hand cam. We need to have a alternate frame cam. And what I'll do is just make sure that one's good. And then I'll use that for just other stuff. Maybe carry around where I can kind of isolate it a little bit more. And if something happens with it, I can just clean it up real quick. Now, what I have here, and this might have been part of that Vivitar set, or now this is just a ring light. And it's a USB ring light on and off, and it has the phone. So I had to bring this back out because my tripod for my phone, I might need to consider getting a different one. I've got my hats hanging on it I was cleaning up, like I said. Going through this box because I'm working on some projects. And I just want to make sure that all the little tidbit of things that I have out are out. So this is my typical phone tripod. And this was part of that Vivitar set. So long-term study of the Vivitar products, they're great to start. But now I've reached the point where it's time to upgrade. I do have another tripod that I want to get out. Or no, it's actually that one. So I do have the camera tripod that's pretty sturdy. This one though, it's not as sturdy. Like I said, it's great for beginners, but it's you definitely want to replace it at some point. But here's what happened. So as you can see, there's the same attachment that we talked about on the camera. Because if you put your phone here, then you can put like a microphone attachment. And then there's another attachment here for something else. So there's extra attachments. But this thing floats in here. And it doesn't tighten anymore. Just because of the way that this thing is set up. Is in order for it to tighten, it's a pressure tightener. And if that gets wore out and stripped, then it just kind of floats in here and it doesn't tighten anymore. So the problem is that if your phone is heavy, for instance, my phone, the way that the buttons are on the side, if I have the phone in here level, then what ends up happening is that it's most of the phone is sticking out one side, so it'll just spin. So that doesn't work. So then what I have to do is I have to shoot it like this, which is great for shorts. So I can use this, and this is what I tend to do for some of my shorts, is I just have it set up for that. But I do want to, like I said, I do need to update it because it's at that point now where it just needs to be updated. It does fold up quite nice though. And I'm just going to tuck it down here for right now because I do have some things going on in the background there. Now I do have some magic stuff. Oh, as to say about this is that the only issue that I've had here is I think we did lose one of the feet to it, one of the stabilizers here, and then I did lose the knob for the leveler there. So that does happen. Now we're just going to try to see if we can locate the cord to that. And while we're at it, let's see if this webcam works. Here's my lapel mic. I have 2 of those that I'm running right now. And I do have cases for these around. But I did clean up my desk a little bit so I have some space to work. Because, like I said, if I want to get this stuff done, I really want to make sure that I can move around my office and find things. My bitrate has jumped up to 10,000. So that's awesome. Okay, so this is a USB. What does this go to? This goes to... Oh, that's not even plugged in. Awesome. So this is to a speaker that I thought was plugged in. And... Okay, that's charging that. Making sure that all my USB things are in fact active. What does this go to? Okay, so that's my camera one. So the camera one is already plugged in. I'm going to bring that back up here. Now the problem with this older camera is that it's got a Type B. And the only way I can get the Type B, at least around here, is I'd have to order it specifically, but like where they sell it is like at Walmart, and it comes in a pack. But it's like a utility pack with all of them. So it comes with all of the different attachments. So I have to spend like $15 for one bit. So that is problematic. But let's jump back over to OBS real quick, and we're going to go to scene 2, and we're going to go to camera, my secondary camera, which right now is set up as Droid Cam. And let's go to, that's webcam. So again, this is something that we talked about before. I do want to update my camera because I do want to flip around thing. PC cam, is it going to populate it? So cancel. So with this splicer thing that I have, it's again from Walmart. It's a 4-port hub for USB, but it does have a. You just have to be careful because it doesn't share information. Oh, what's going on here? Look at that guy. He looks weird. Because I switched the camera over, so then it caught that. You can see my shelf back there that I want to put some magic stuff on. It's actually already filled up with magic stuff. I just want to organize it so it looks good. Each one of these 6 cubicle spaces, I want to have something different in, so that I can, that'll be my magic center. So I know what I'm going for when I reach for it. And I've said before, I have these TV dinner trays that I want to discontinue because they always seem to topple over on me. And right now, this is my other microphone that I have. Again, Walmart. Everything's from Walmart, and it works great until it doesn't. So if you're looking to get stuff to get started, go to Walmart. It works for now, and that's fine. Why not? If you're just getting started out, you might as well get what you can while you need to learn it, and then upgrade. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I have a full studio setup, just piece by piece. Got this beautiful microphone here. So that's what these TV trays are. They just kind of, they live here. And they're great for different things, especially like if I want to go upstairs, maybe I'll put them upstairs or something. But then I can grab them if I want to do some magic upstairs and don't want to be down in the studio at night and stuff with the family. Okay, so all I'm doing right now is I'm doing work on OBS to get my other camera set up. And sometimes what I figured out, the reason why this happens is for different reasons. So I have my microphone plugged in. I've got my external keyboard plugged in because I do want to start doing some gaming things. And is this the camera? Yep. Bye-bye. So I don't believe the camera is all that charged. And I haven't done a lot of work with these cameras externally. So I don't know how well they work outside of the studio environment. So maybe I will do some of that stuff with the Vivitar. We are heading into the colder season, but maybe I want to pack it up and I want to have a go bag with magic and stuff. And maybe I can take it out and, do some stuff in the wilds. That'll be fun. We pushed the button. Yay! Let's hop back over here real quick. Make sure that this is on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, when you turn the camera on, what it should do is it shouldn't go. There we go. Perfect. It shouldn't go. It goes straight to PC cam, which is fine, but that's not really what we want. We want it to go to. At least the updated one does it. There it is. general image device. Good shot right there. Yeah. Because at some point, as I said, I do want to do some gaming setup. But I mean, just look at the crisp. It's so crisp. Over here, you'll see the mess. This is what I'm talking about. So behind this screen, pay no attention to the mess behind the curtain. That's our holiday stuff over there. And then you can see this box of garbage, which will be going out. You can partially see next to that is I've got some dirty clothes I got to take care of because I just cleaned up the office. And this is like, I have like costuming stuff, costumes, but my daily stuff, I kind of work out of the office area here. But that's going to be taken care of. Next to me here this is my table. If at some point I wanted to get out there this year, but maybe like doing some busking stuff, this is the table that I would probably use if it works. If not, well, that's fine too. This box up here is the box that I'm organizing currently. It's magic stuff that I'm going through, but in the move, it kind of, attracted other things. Over there on the wall is like this utility shelving that I'm trying to condense because that stuff, I really don't want it over there on that because I want it here with me as much as possible. So that's where that's going to be for now. But we're going to turn that so you don't get the behind the scenes of all of that stuff over there. But yeah, you can see this shelf. I mean, it's cluttered, but yeah, that's a nice shelf to look at as well. What actually might work for this particular setup, because this is something I wanted to talk about recently. So I've been doing a lot of research into office things like that. Now remember, your camera is over here too, so you want to talk to this crowd over here. It gives you perspective, right? But you don't always want to feel like you're talking to this group or to the computer, which I don't mind the HD cam on the computer for certain things. But for the studio setup, I want to get used to the camera and talking to you guys here over in the camera. But yeah, so what you want to talk about is the 3-wall principle. Now, you could potentially do all 4 walls, but you have to think about filmography and just studio work and understanding that there's probably going, like, for instance, I mean, if you were to look at this, which you can, as long as it doesn't mess up, you can see lighting right there. You can see lighting over here. Down here, you see it flop around, sorry. You can see the laptop and all of this stuff I'm organizing over here. So we're actually going to move the camera over to here, to this side, which is where I normally have my shorts. This is from Amazon, by the way, this Amazon Basics. So you can check this out down below. I'll put the link down below for you. Good time to throw in some affiliate marketing. So this is where I put the tripod for the short side. For the cell phone's tripod. It's over here by this light. So theoretically that kind of works. Good place to put it. Okay, now once you get a good position on it, make sure you're in a good place. That feels like a happy place. And what I like about that is once you get a good setup there. Now, I don't really like the curtain. It's not a curtain, it's I do want to do that a little bit better, but it's a screen for videos. So I basically walled off this area, making a cubicle space for myself. On the other side is my wife's area. So this will look nice because in the background, I'll have like an organized desk space. I'll have another laptop over here set up, and then I'll have my magic stuff kind of organized in a better way there. So that will be not a terrible backdrop. Now, the one question is, do I want the microphone in shot or do I want it out of frame? That's really, depends on what you're doing, I guess. Which is fine either way. So that's kind of where we just have fun with it. And that's a nice place for the camera, I feel, as well, because talking about that 3-wall principle, the wall behind us here is just a white cement wall, which isn't terrible, especially if I do decide to put up like a backdrop back there. That's where I can do some of my picture shots. And then over here, I have this white screen, and behind me I have the green screen. So sometimes, depending on what my playability with this space is if I decide to turn this just slightly more, then I have my desk behind me, which means that in terms of like behind the shots type thing, like if like hey, this is what I'm doing on the computer today, this isn't a terrible place to be in. I don't like it right now because of the setup, and obviously like for cleanliness reasons, I don't want you to see the clutter, but I do like the idea of moving it slightly and giving you a nice little peek of the magic stuff behind me. And I think that's a good place to be in this particular setup. So I think this is going to be a good place for that. And then that leaves that utility shelving as a separate space. And that puts this right here. And the biggest issue that I have with this space is that the floor has a drain in the bottom because it's the basement. So it's, if I don't like stable myself, I find myself sliding further and further back until I get to the green screen. And part of the reason why I decided to get rid of that other space, the tables, is because I had that sitting right here in front of me, which put me further away from the computer, which at the end of the day, this is where I want to be anyway, because I want to be at the computer where I can have stuff happening. Because here, if I'm playing some video games or if I'm going to be working on the laptop, then I want to be close to the laptop, and then I can always push this rotate there. And now we're in a space where I feel fairly comfortable with my location. Sound is probably still pretty solid, so let's jump over to, I haven't checked it in a while. Oh, whoa, Scotty P, I missed you. Are you still there? Sorry, here I am talking to myself, and I didn't even notice that Scotty P had jumped on here. I do apologize. Where's my... I'm just so used to talking to myself that I completely didn't even think to check. I don't know how long ago that was. I do apologize. Excellent connection though, so that's good. Scotty P was on my live, and I didn't even see it. Oops. Yeah, we were just talking about setting up the studio space and the office and everything coming back together, and there's that. And like I said, I don't even know. I don't even know how long he was on there. Now I feel bad. I'll have to jump over to his stuff and say hi. Like I said, we don't have any idea what we do here on the channel. We just push buttons. But anyway, and in terms of all of this, I try to have a good... Oh, that's what we were going to do. We were going to turn back on my sound to see how my sound is doing. Like I said, we don't have any idea what we do here on the channel. We just push buttons. Anyway, and in terms of all of this, try to have a good... Well, that's what we were going to do. We were going to turn back on my sound to see how my sound is doing. So sound is great. I do want to keep... I usually have it on my phone, and I didn't do it this time, so that I could see what was actually happening, to keep that live chat there. I just, to be honest, sorry, Scotty P, I just wasn't expecting anybody to be on. That's as sad as that is. So I do apologize for that. I can see up here, maybe, will this work if I pull this down here? Like, is there any way to get this chat out? Pop out chat. Okay. So, I promise Scotty P it will not happen again because I have pop out chat now active. Nope, that won't work. Well, phooey. We'll get this figured out. Don't worry. I don't want to miss you again. So I don't need it that big. Howdy, howdy. Okay, so there's that. Now, what I did want to fix is... Perfect. Now I've got it. Now I can see my chat, which is really the important thing. Is I want to fix this little thing that's happening up at the top here. So you're going to see me move around a little bit here. Oh, I feel like it's with that. So I'm going to have to... Oopsies. Oh, let me do this with my camera. Transform my camera, my fit to screen. It's a little bit better. It wasn't as big as I thought was going to happen there, but I just like to have the right angles for what's happening here. There's that. Okay, so I think we did pretty good. But what I do want to do is I want to take this real quick, and I'll just push the Alt button, and I'll just bring it down a little bit, and then I'll put it back up here. Beautiful. And what the Alt button does is it makes it so that my screen resizes the picture, but it crops it at the same time. So that's just something you want to know. That way, if there's something that you're seeing in your background, for instance, I still had a couple of the clamps from the screen showing at the top, which gave it this off-centered look. So I got rid of that. But yeah, there we are. Gorgeous. Now, you do want to be careful if you're using the green screen that anything that you've got going on in the background is, in fact, like this. This is beautiful. I love this because this is a multicolored cube. Yeah, it just changes colors. See? I put it over here real quick, and now it's orange. And it's red. And it's... Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? So be careful with green stuff in the background. Like, I'm really surprised that this shirt, which is kind of a greener color, isn't popping off. So, pro tip, make sure you check your chat so that you don't miss it when your mates show up. Your mates? I have never used that word like that, and I do apologize because it sounds awkward. I don't even know what all these buttons do anymore. I forgot. I know what that one does because it says it. So every once in a while, you do want to, make sure that you know what's going on. So if I jump back over here to my live stream, turn my sound back on, let's play around with these buttons one more time here. I don't even know what all these buttons do anymore. I know what that one does because it says it. I just push dim. So every once in a while, you do want to, make sure that you know what's going on. So if I jump back over here, 9277. Sound back on. Let's play around with these buttons one more time. Din din. I don't even know what else. I know what that one does, but just push dim. So every once in a while, you do want to make sure that you know what's going on. So if I jump back over here, 9277. Sound back on. Let's play around with these buttons one more time. Din din. Now I'm getting a feedback there. Okay. Now I'm getting myself confused. Where's my mouse? Hello? There it is. Okay. I'm confusing myself because I'm pushing too many buttons, which is then not, um, and it's playing back the playback. So then the next time that it plays the next thing, I'm just hearing the sound that I had already pushed playing back on the live. So that is not helping. Actually, you know what would help? Because we know what we're doing here, right? Is my will this work? Let's see, advanced audio. Okay, don't do that. I will do that outside of the stream because that was horrible feedback. But all I did there was I went into my monitoring for my audio mixer and I turned it to monitor on so that I could hear it. Well, too much feedback though. So off stream, I will maybe get a labeler or something because it says din, which I think is crows, but then din din is tapping sounds. I don't know. It's weird. Either way, I think this is a pretty good live. We've got the camera set up. We got 2 cameras set up, and hopefully we keep it this way this time. And we get the rest of this stuff organized. Most of this stuff is booked. This is a video that we're going to be doing pretty soon. This is yet another giveaway, people. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps. But also, we're giving away stuff. This just came in from Copeland Coins, and I'm giving it away. Yes, giving it away. But unfortunately, unless you're like super duper utility, this might only go for certain people, because as you can see here on the size, this is a ring and it's a size 10. So unless you kind of are, unless you can do something with a smaller ring, really it's very specific to a size 10 individual. So I do apologize for that. But that basically just came in today, and it's gonna go right back out for a giveaway. So stay tuned for that official announcement. And yeah, we got all this stuff happening up top here. Murphy's Magic box. This is the spectacular box we just won. All the stuff is out here. We've gone through it, and in terms of the ratings, there's definitely some things that were good, some things that were not so good, and everything was awesome. But I do want to talk about this briefly. Is the we opened up the Tempest. This is Watch Magic, and so the problem with the Tempest is, well, what's good about the Tempest? And here's the good part. This is Tempest. It comes in a nice little tin, and that's great. And it packs invisible. So that's cool. But here's the problem. In my experience, for what I do, I might carry this on me 100 days and might not get a chance to use it. That might be the problem. I was thinking that there is something that I could probably do with it if I start carrying it. So I could enjoy that. But it's not something that I can do from my pocket, if that makes sense. So it's very specific. And so that's kind of where I don't have the right environment to use it. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use it. But what that means is maybe I'll give it away to somebody who can, because I'm not going to just let it sit here. I'll find somebody who can use it. So all of that considered, I hope you guys enjoyed my live. Sorry, Scotty P, again. I'll jump over on your stuff to say that, hey, whatever. Say hi. I got pro tip. Always check your chat logs and save often, because you don't want to lose that progress. Anyway, whoa, careful there. Sorry. Now I'm having too much fun. What did you just say? Too much. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call this a wrap. Ooh. I just figured out what I'm having for dinner. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. And we're going to send it over to the other guy for the sign-off. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. But of course, this is a magic channel, so we do want to end off with a little bit of magic. This is one of my absolute favorite magic tricks. It is the ring thing. Yes, the ring thing. Alternatively, if we were to do it with the other hand, you'd be able to see the loophole. Yeah, the loophole. Now all we gotta do is just shake our hand a little bit. No, not this hand. This hand. Boom, baby. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really does help out the channel. And of course, click the recommended video just for you. Yes, just for you. And don't forget, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And we'll see you in the next